Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching me on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I upload a new tutorial. And if this is what you are interested in, please stay till to the end. In today's tutorial, we are going to do the sewing tutorial of this beautiful gown. And if you have not watched the pattern drafting on this gown, go and watch it. I've dropped it on my channel. So now welcome back. So this is the basic short skirt that I will use to cut the front and back skirt. So for this skirt, it has that on it, but for the front skirt, I will not add that intake on it. So I will mark out my skirt neck, but before then, this skirt will have front slit and it is an A-line skirt. So for the slit, I will mark 0.75 for my front slit. So after that, I will now take out my skirt length from my waistline. So I will now mark it like so. So on the side, I will also mark my skirt length. So now I will mark my skirt length. So I will now connect it together with my straight ruler legs like so. What I will do now is that I will add 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. I will add my 1.5 inches sewing allowance from my waistline down to my hip line. So my chalk are not visible, so I'll be watching what I'm doing. So I will now connect the allowance together. So after that, so I will measure what I have from my hip line. I will take it down to the hem of my skirt. I will mark it. I will also add 5 inches to it for the hairline effect. So on my hip line, I will come up by 3 inches. On my hip line, I will come up by 3 inches. So now I will now connect it from that 3 inches which I came up by from my hip line. I will connect it to the hem of my skirt like so to form my hemline. So after I've connected it, I will now blend it to my waistline like this. So now this is what I will now cut it out like so. But before then, on my waistline, I will come down by half inches on my waistline. I will now connect it back to the side. So after I've shaping my waistline, the next thing is that I will cut out my skirt pattern like so. So after I've cutting it out, on the side of my skirt hem, I will come up by 1 inches. After marking my 1 inches, I will divide the hem of my skirt length. I will mark it like so. Then I will now join it to the 1 inches at the side to shape my skirt hem. So now I will now cut it out. So after I've gotten it out, what I will do now is that I will remove half inches from my waistline so that my skirt will not be folding in the front. So now I will remove half inches bulge from my waistline. So I will now connect it to my side like so. So now I will use this front skirt to cut out my back skirt. So this is my front skirt block. I will pin down my sleeve. I will pin it down. So I've laid the front skirt on my back skirt. So I will cut it the same thing because my back skirt will have zip allowance and this front skirt is also have slit allowance, so it's the same. Now for the waist on the back, I will add 1 inches dart on it. So I will now connect the 1 inches dart to the hip of my skirt. I will connect it like so. So it's only back skirt that we have that. So that's allowance I'm adding. So I will cut out the same thing. I will cut my pattern the same like so. So this is what I have after I've cutting it out. So now this is my basket. I will open it up, and this is the front skirt block. I will open the slit like so, but I will not removing the pin. So to know my front skirt block. So this is my skirt block. On the center back waist, I will remove 1/2 inches and connect it back to the hip line like so. So now this is my upper bodice that I've cut out in the last video. So I've cut it out on my fabric. I've added 1/2 inches round my pattern, excluding the side, which is 1.5 inches. This is my center back. This is my back pattern. I added 1/2 inches on the center back and on the neckline, and on the side I add 1.5 inches. And my front bodies I added 1/2 inches up and down, and for the side I also add 1.5 inches. So after that I went ahead to go and full stain on it. So now I will use this pattern to cut out lining for it. So this is my back pattern. I'm using it to cut out the lining. So this is my center front. I will also cut it out on the lining like so. It's only the front that I had stay on, because I will pad it so that it will not be stretching out, but because this is material, it's not an Ankara fabric. So this is my side for the front pattern. So this is it. So the next thing I will do is that I will remove 1/2 inches from the neckline of my pattern, so to cut out my wording for it like so. So this is it. And also on the side, I've come down by half inches to cut out my pattern, and for the side I will go in by 2 inches and connect it to the under bust. Then I will cut it out from the other bust like so, and I will stop at half inches that I came down by from the neckline. So now I will cut it out. I will remove my pin. Then I will now label my pattern. This is my bust point, my under bust. This is the up. This is the side. So I will turn it to the other side. At least this is up, the under bust, and the center and the bust point. Then I will now cut it out. So since I've labeled it now, I will know which one to be on the under bust and the one that will be at the upper part. So this is it. Though for this type of bust, I will sew it down as homemade bra cut. So now I will use hand stitch method to tack it down. I will join the other bust to the other bust. So I will untacking it like so from one end to the other. This is how you'll be doing it, because I want to let the bust line to be seen, so I don't want it to be too bulky. That's why I'm using this method. So this is how it looks after I've finished untacking it. Can you see how copy it is looking? So this is it. The next thing is that I will now go and join my upper bodies together. So this is it. I've joined the front pattern together and I've notched the other bust. So this is it. And this is the lining as well. I've joined it together and I also notched the other bust so that our cup will be last. So the next thing is that I will open press my seam line like so. I will go and iron it. I will open press it. So after I finish ironing it with my bust arm, I will now use hemming gun. I will place it on it and I will match my under bust on the body and under bust on the lining. I will now join it. I will now iron it together. So this is my quinine yoke and this is the back. So after I've joined my wadding to the lining, so this is what I have. I've used hemming gun to gum it together. So this is it. This is the inner. Can you see how beautiful it looks? So now I will now match my fabric and my lining together. So this is it. So before then, I will join the yoke like so. So I will match it from the side. So I will pin it down with the half inches allowance. So I will now place the lining on it. I will sew it down from one end to the other. So after I've sewn it, this is what I have. I will now notch it. So after notch, I will now turn it outside like so. So this is what I have after I've turned it out. Now I will now go and join the side and join the lower part. So this is my center back and this is my center front. I've sewed down the slit. So this is what I have. So now I will use the back shoulder to turn the front shoulder like so. So now I will pin it down. So after I've pinned it, this is what I have. I will also join the other shoulder like the same way I do for the first one. So after I've sewn it down, this is what I have. And I've also went ahead to go on to fix my zipper. So after I've joined, this is what I have. And I've shaped my body with the allowance that I've left on it with 1.5 inches. So I've also hemmed the lower part, and for the slit I will use hemming gum to gum it together. So after I've finished hemming my down part of my gown, so I've folded the fabric into four, and I've measured the length of my sleeve, and I connect it with my ruler like so. So and I will use this sleeve pattern to cut out my sleeve. So after, and I had 10 inches for gathering at the upper part. Now I will now cut the pattern out like so, following my sleeve pattern. So now after that I've cut it well, I will knock the center of my sleeve. Now I will slit the folded edge at the down part of my sleeve because I fold the fabric into four. So now I will now open the folded edge, the folded part like so. I will also notch it at the down part. So after that I'll pin it and remove the pattern on it. So what I will do next is that I will go and fold the edge that I will use to pass my elastic rubber. So after I've sewn it down, so this is what I have. Now I also went ahead to go and gather the upper part, and I will take one strand out. So I will now pull it to the size of my armhole. So after I've pulling it, I will now measure what I have at my armhole. So this is my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 8.5. So I will now fold it into two like this. I will try and sew it down. So after sewing that, and I've also joined it to my bodice. So this is my elastic rubber, and I will pass it round like so. After I've passing it, I will now go and sew it down. So I'm passing it with my safety pin. So after that I've sewn it down. So after sewing, this is what I have. So now I will turn it outside like so. So thank you for watching to this stage. Please subscribe, like and share for others to learn.